Welcome to the Taylor James Show, where we pair extraordinary wine with extraordinary musicians. Our special guest is the legendary folk musician Valdy. We'll hear the story behind his classic hit, Rock and Roll Song, and his personal journey through a career spanning over 50 years and still going strong. But first, to Sutton Place Wine Merchant to pair the perfect wine to complement Valdy's unique talent. Well, here we are at Sutton Place Wine Merchant in downtown Vancouver, and we couldn't be more excited to be featuring this store today on the Taylor James Show. I have with me Jeff Hicks, my band sommelier, and Norm, the manager of this fabulous store. So we're pairing wine with Valdy, and this is going to be fun. You're a Valdy fan, I understand?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
excellent.
I've always loved Valdy for years.
Perfect, perfect.
You came up with some wonderful choices.
Mm-hmm.
Valdy is kind of the earth and iconic, and wines express that. They express where they're grown and how that wine develops and how it's made and how we finally get it in our glass and enjoy every mouthful of it. The first wine that I thought might be good for Valdy was 15 by Lariana. Now, this is a winery in Soyuz, and you can't go any further south in wine country in BC than this winery itself. Its vineyards come right down to literally to the U.S. border, and actually at their cellar door, if you look to your right, you see the border crossing. Wow. So it's very, very far south. This is a blend of Cab Sauv, Syrah, and Carmenere. And
blend, hey?
This is absolutely stunning. So you get lots of structure from the Cab Sauv. You get some lovely fruit expression through the Syrah, and the Carmenere, you get some nice little spice notes.
It's an unusual blend, yeah.
This is absolutely stunning, and they did this same blend in their 2013, but they change it up each year to suit what's going to be best for the end user, us.
Sounds like Valdy, he said, I saw in an interview that he changes his sets according to who's in front of him. So maybe there's that sort of
that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Great
Correlation there. All right, what else do we have?
Well, we're going to move over from the Okanagan Valley and go into the Similkameen.
Nice.
And this
what a beautiful label.
This is it's a gorgeous label, and this is called the Blind Creek Collective. This is the Consensus 2014. Right. Again, this is a Meritage style blend. So Cab Sauv, Merlot, Cab Franc, Petit Verdot, and even though the Petit Verdot, there's only a small percentage in it, always expresses itself nicely in the wine. This is a lovely, big structured wine.
Valdy's a big structured guy.
He's a big dude.
Yeah.
He's big.
And may suit him perfectly for that.
Yeah,
and
interesting.
It's with the structure, needs a little bit of a decant. If not, in the glass, just do lots of swirling.
A bit tannic right now. Kind
of. A little bit on
you
the
could let this sit too for a few years, couldn't you?
Absolutely, absolutely.
No, we need to drink that right away.
Yeah, we have a hard time letting wine sit.
Need to open that right now.
You won't find any wine sitting in our place for very long. Okay, what else do we have?
And then for third choice is the out of Oliver, Le Vupin.
Beautiful.
And this is their Syrah Cuvée Violette. This is just beautiful fruit on this wine. Syrah is from fairly young vines, but not really young. And they have different other levels of Syrah at the winery, but this is absolutely stunning. Nice, round, beautiful color in the glass. Beautiful fruit presented, goes into some of those nice dark notes that one anticipates from a Syrah, but the tannins are silky smooth, so it's very drinkable, very enjoyable.
Smooth is good.
Smooth is good, and it's BC seems to be really doing a great job on Syrahs right now.
They're knocking it out of the ballpark, absolutely.
Wow.
That's a fantastic wine. And what does the Le Vieux Pin mean? Didn't we figure out it's like the trusty old pine?
The single pine or the...
Single, amazing old...
Just old pine.
Durable pine.
Yeah.
Valdy's not going to like any of those descriptors.
He's an old pine. Sorry, Valdy. No. He's not an old pine,
wine.
but I bet he's around a lot of old pine trees.
That's
Good one.
Right?
Great
Absolutely.
one.
Okay, so
We found a good match right there.
what do you think? What do you think, Norm? Do you think this would be a good pairing for Valdy?
I think the way that you described him, I think this would be perfect for Valdy.
Yeah? Excellent. We have our choice.
We found it.
Yay!
Well done. Thanks, Norm.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank
It's been my
you.
pleasure.
So we picked the wine for Valdy, and Norm is going to give us one more shout out for this wine.
And it's a 2016 Syrah from Le Pin. Absolutely stunning.
Yes.
Can't wait. So good.
If I had a magic wand, I'd wave it everywhere. I'd wave it over here. I'd wave it over there. I'd stop the yelling and the shelling. No more flipping out. Every heart that wanted to could fall in love without a doubt. If I had a magic wand, I'd wave it night and day. Even if no one's there, I'd wave it anyway. Anyone could be a star, everybody take a bow. Just make sure you never take more than a little heart allowed. And I wish I could buy another round of love for the world. Bob Marley and his beautiful dream, one love for every boy and girl. So bartender, if you're listening, pour a double for these good friends of mine. You better have on yourself, I'll pay you later, can you trust me? One more time. If I had a magic wand, I'd wave it all day long. I'd teach the world to sing this little magic song. I'd wave it in the face of anyone who ever lost their way. Start a game with just one rule that everybody plays. And I wish I could buy another round of love for the world. John Lennon and his rock and roll dream, imagine peace around the world. So bartender, if you're listening, pour a double for these good friends of mine. Yeah, you better have on yourself, I'll pay you later, can you trust me? One more time. One more time. One more time. Oh, I wish I could buy another round of love for the world. John Lennon and his rock and roll dream, imagine peace around the world. So bartender, if you're listening, pour a double for these sweet friends of mine. Yeah, you better have one yourself, I'll pay you later, can you trust me? One more time. If I had a magic wand.
Well, here we are, Valdy.
Hello, Taylor. Good to meet you.
Valdy, I'm so excited. I couldn't believe it when you said yes. I've been a fan of yours since I was very, very young. You were a really important part of my very young teen years.
Very nice.
Yeah, before life gets too serious.
Yeah.
And you know, you're from Ottawa.
Originally
Ontario.
from Ottawa.
Yeah, I'm originally from North Bay. Callender.
Ah.
Have you been to Callender?
It's on Lake Nipissing. Yep. I know where it
Yes,
is.
excellent. So we were young and, humble families and didn't have a lot of things to do, but we did do is play music and listen to music. When I was listening to your music before you came to the show, I thought, I was just brought right back, and it was so wonderful.
That's sweet.
And
That's sweet.
yeah, I mean, you don't realize the effect you have on people, and that's a very nice memory for me. You know, life is about different types of memories, good and bad, and that's a really one that I'll cherish.
Well, sweet.
Yeah.
No, we tend not to think about that.
Yeah.
Because it's day to day, and the accumulation of whatever celebrity has been in a life, I don't think about it very often.
Yeah.
And I'm always surprised that I've had such an effect on so many people's lives.
Oh, yeah, you have.
And it's indirect because it's just through the music, but I'm really glad it's happened.
Me too. So, as you know, the premise of the show is pairing wine with musicians.
Yes.
And we went to Sutton Place Wine Merchant, the Sutton Place Hotel on Burrard Street.
I do.
Yeah, they were so wonderful to us and excited that we were pairing you with their store. This is a beautiful Syrah. It's called Le Vieux Pin.
Le vieux
And
pain?
that
Qu'est-ce que c'est pain?
That means old pine.
Oh, pan. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
The old pine.
The old pine. And there is a big, the Syrahs are really doing well in BC right now.
Yeah.
And this is very full-bodied, very rich, and it has a story to tell. So we thought it would be a perfect pairing for you. It's from the Okanagan.
Yep.
Yeah.
Le vieux pain.
Le Vieux Pin.
Un bel
And,
vin.
think of it,
un bon
think of a
vin.
big old pine on your acreage. And
We should try this.
we should try it. Do you want
May
to
I?
pour? Absolutely.
Okay. It's been open for a while. For all of you
We've been
people-
letting it breathe.
Yes.
You know
Just
your
a second.
wine by the looks of things.
Well, I'm enjoying it. I'm still. I like a lot of Okanagan wines. I like a lot of Vancouver Island wines too.
Yeah.
And we have 3 good wineries on Salt Spring.
I have to get to Salt Spring.
Yeah, there's Gary Oak, and there's Salt Spring Wines, and there's another one called Mistaken Identity.
Wonderful.
Yep,
Boy,
they
I
are
should,
good
I should
wines.
be paired with that one. Okay, let's have a. Oh, isn't that beautiful?
Oh, yeah.
Cheers.
Skull. Well, that's very bright.
Divine.
It's lovely.
It is lovely. And the more it breathes, the more of a story that will come out of it. Okay, where do I begin? I feel a little emotional because of who you are and your songs. So I'm going to try to keep myself together here.
You're doing a good job.
So I read that when you left Ottawa, you went to, was it Winnipeg?
Yes. Well, my first time out, I was going to work in the oil patch. And so I left Ottawa, and I was headed for the patch, and I got to Winnipeg, and I bought a 12-string guitar, and ended
Wow.
up playing in bars for the summer in Winnipeg.
Okay, tell me if this is true, that you played 4 sets a night for $6 a night.
16.
16.
I made $16 a night. But look at back in those days, that was huge money.
Was it?
Yeah, because I was working for $1.10 an hour
Oh my
during the
God.
day.
Really?
Yeah, working for a Central Grain Company.
Wow. What
So
year was
I would
that?
work all day, and I would make like $11.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So
That
what would rent be around that?
1964.
64. Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when you first started playing.
No, I had been playing from. I took 5 years of piano.
Mm-hmm.
I got to grade 3 because I wasn't a good student,
Mm-hmm.
but I understood music well because of that. And Henry Mancini was part of my musical upbringing. I was rather taken with the music from Peter Gunn, and so I had a couple of times I would sit at the piano and figure out his chords, and that kind of has affected my music forever. Because it's a jazz bass
Right.
as opposed to a 3-chord country or a folk
Right.
bass to it.
Isn't it amazing how your foundation of what you learned when you were young, it does set the tone for
Oh,
who
yeah.
you become?
Yeah.
Which, interestingly enough, for me, it was you and James Taylor.
Oh, very
really?
nice.
When I sat with my guitar when I was really, really young, it was learning those songs note for note. And, that's how I developed who I am as an artist. I mean, I've branched off into blues and rock and country, different things, but
Yeah.
I always feel at home in my heart
Yeah.
when I'm listening or playing music like that.
That's good.
Yeah, it is
It's good to know what's the center for you.
Yeah.
A lot of people never know that, and they keep jumping from genre to genre.
Well, it's interesting because I have jumped around, but because I love it all so much, like it's hard to just stay in one area. But there's always a flavor there. So for you, the rock and roll song, we might as well talk about it. you were playing at a festival in Aldergrove.
Yep.
And an amplifier blew up or something?
No, it was the Aldergrove Rock Festival. It was close. It was the Aldergrove Rock Festival, 1967 or 68. I don't know.
Wow.
Way back there, anyway. It's a little foggy in those days. And some kind of power thing happened at the, and Guitar Shorty from Seattle was on stage just cranking it out, at 130 dB pain threshold kind of. And all of a sudden, da-da-da-da.
Oh, no.
Just no power.
Right.
So the whole back line went out. And he walked off stage with the band, and one of the organizers saw me. He said, "Valdy, get up there.
No way.
Sing some songs. Keep the people
Acoustically?
occupied." Well, take an acoustic guitar and plug it in.
So they had some power.
No DIs in those days. It was all on a microphone.
Oh, okay.
They had the front of house was
Okay,
up again.
got it.
But it was the backline power that it got.
Right.
So I went up and I played, and obviously it's not what people were there for. It was a rock and roll festival, and
Right.
I was out of place.
Right.
So I played until someone clapped, and I ran. And I went home and I wrote a song about it. And rather than quit and get discouraged
Right.
because I was rejected, I just got tougher.
Yeah.
And went out and kept going. And
that song changed your life.
it has. And I still play it in the same key I wrote it in.
Yeah, that's fantastic. It's such a great song. I mean, I also read that you're very committed to, like, when you're playing to an audience, you're going to give them everything you got and more, and you'll switch things up until you got them into your vibe and getting you, right? And going back and forth.
I think so, yes. I tend to play alone, so I have the luxury of doing that.
Yeah.
As opposed to having to stick to a set list
I know.
that the band, instruments, and everything is all set to.
I read that you don't like doing set lists, and I don't like it either.
I like doing set lists, but I never stick to them.
Right. Because you need to be fluid with whatever's going on.
If the room demands that something else happen, that's what I do.
Yeah, it's
I go with
fantastic.
it. And that makes the live gig a little unpredictable, but certainly suitable to the room.
Yeah.
And I always have a list on my guitar just in case I draw a blank.
Yeah, that's wonderful. So you've had you've won Junos. You've had was it platinum? Your album?
No,
or gold,
I've got just gold records.
Gold records, not just gold. Gold.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
And you're a member of the Order of Canada.
Yeah.
That's.
I was invested
congratulations.
in 2012.
That's amazing. Yeah, what a beautiful honor.
Yes.
Like, you're still doing like what 250 shows a year?
No, I am at 200.
200.
I don't always make it.
Wow.
If I was doing 200 gigs a year, I would be climbing out of debt at a remarkable rate. As it is, I'm keeping the wolf at the door, not on the couch.
It's just remarkable that you have that much energy. The road isn't easy.
No.
And I did, learn that you really tried to have a really strong balance of music and your family. And I know it's hard when you go on the road and you come home, and you got to get back into that vibe, and it takes a little bit of time.
Yep.
And I think that, from what I understand, family's important, and you really worked hard at that, even though you were always traveling.
Yeah.
So you have 3 children, is it?
That's right. I stayed with Teo last night.
Right.
And Yanni was there. He just got back from Jamaica, so the 2 boys were there. And Chayla is an actor here in town.
Wow, wonderful.
So they're all in the hood. It was 2 in Surrey and 1 in East Van.
Oh, that's nice. It's very nice. You must be proud of your kids.
Very proud of them. They're all doing very well in their respective arenas, if you will.
Right.
One's into IT and tech, and one is an actor, and the other one is a rock and roll promoter.
Really? Yep. Very good. Very good. So when you think about lessons in life, or, you've seen a lot, you've been through a lot, is there anything you'd do differently?
Yeah, I turned down a tour one time, opening for Gallagher and Lyle. They were a group from England, and I was offered a chance to go over and tour as their opening act, and I was tired, and I said no. Really bad move. I should have done it.
Wow.
But other than that, I've made, sure I've got regrets, but there's not a lot I'd change.
Right, right. And what would you say to 5-year-old Valdy?
5-year-old?
Yeah.
Oh.
With what you know now.
Oh, yeah, if only I knew then what I knew now. I've started a song like that. It's called, it says, "Oh dear, the fields I've plowed. If only I knew then what I know now."
Nice.
And if I could change anything in that regard, I probably I would learn to read music better.
Yeah.
As it is, I can write music almost as fast as I can read it. and that's a bit of a handicap for me. I would love to be able to read music like a hawk, like people in the symphony can. I'm always really impressed with that.
Yeah, I never took music in school because they didn't have a guitar. And that would be one of the things I would have to agree with you on. I wish I could read. I have to listen to everything. Back when I was learning songs, I'd have a cassette player and I'd hit rewind and fast forward, and I'd hear the note and find the notes, and that's still how I learn music.
Well, we learn and we get good because we learn properly.
Yeah.
And not just taking something and doing it slapdash.
Exactly.
And the depth of styles is an interesting thing. I'm a folk singer, which means that I'm the whole band on my guitar. But I am also a bass player. And so I pay a lot of attention to the bottom end of my guitar.
Right.
And I find that stands me in good stead when I'm playing solo.
Totally.
Because it's got some push behind it.
I play a lot of solo guitar, and I understand completely. Yeah. So what are you most grateful for?
Oh my. Right now, the wife that I have.
Oh.
Yeah,
that's wonderful.
Oh, she's lovely.
Oh.
I'm so lucky.
Oh, that's so nice to hear that.
I don't think she's so lucky.
Oh, come on.
No, she's not as lucky.
Wow, that's wonderful.
Here's to partners.
To partners,
Skull. Yeah.
absolutely.
Skull.
Cheers to that.
Can't let us sit here and breathe, you know.
Well.
And that's to Kathleen, who has been part of my life for 36 years.
36 years.
Yep.
That's wonderful.
And married for 32, and she's a hospice counselor.
Oh my goodness.
And an artist.
Yeah.
Sculptor. Leonardo da Vinci reincarnate.
Wow.
She's that creative.
Wow, that's fantastic. And so when you were living on Salt Spring Island?
Yes, we live in the south end of Salt Spring.
And you have acreage?
15.
15 acres, that's huge. And you grow your own food and all that kind of thing?
We have a garden. We don't store all our own food.
Right.
But we eat when we can. A few fruit trees, mostly Douglas fir.
What's a day look like when you're at home?
Up with the dogs.
Nice.
And usually I get at it pretty early.
Yeah.
And I tend to go to bed earlier now. I mean, they put me in bars sometimes when the music doesn't start till 10 at night. I know. And I'm bagged by the time it's supposed to start. I prefer the soft cedars because of that.
Yeah, for sure.
So my day starts early and I work hard and I tire and then I rest. I'm learning to nap as I get older. I mean, it sounds silly to sit here and we're supposed to be discussing good wine and we're talking about sleeping during the day.
No.
That can encourage that.
Yes.
But
That's wonderful.
I have to peak at 8 o'clock at night.
You've earned the right to take some naps here and there.
And if I peak at 8 o'clock and I'm tired, I have to take a nap before that.
Right.
Just so people are paying for those seats. I want to be good.
Yeah. Actually, I've started doing that. Actually, if it's a good day where I can actually find the time to just lay down for even 20 minutes, and if I'm not sleeping, just to calm down.
Not sleep.
Not sleep, just to rest, and I start going through my mind what I'm going to say, what I might say, what I'm going to sing, and how it's going to go. And yeah, that's cool. So
I'll take a moment with myself.
Yes, it's important. It's like it's almost a form of meditation. So we're going to sing a song together.
Yeah.
And
would you like to Play Me a Rock and Roll
I would
song?
love to do that song.
Because it's kind of a signature song.
It's a signature song. Do you want to know another song the song that we used to sing when we were walking downtown? We were so cool. Like I might have been 11 or 12 years old, and with our friends, all we did was go downtown. We'd say, "Hey, Mom, we're going downtown." So as we'd be walking downtown, we'd be singing, "First day in August, haven't rained since May."
Oh, the Rainmaker.
The Rainmaker came to Kansas in the middle of a dusty day.
The Rainmaker said to the people of Kansas,
"What are you prepared to pay?"
Said the Rainmaker to all the people of Kansas, "I'll bring you on a rain today." I got that song from Harry Nilsson.
It's a great song.
Yep.
And it's a long song, and this is a storyteller in you. What inspired you to do that song?
I liked it because there was a rap in the middle of it. And we wanted to get some people, when we recorded that, to be part of the session so we could have background singing going on, like "Rain, Rain, Go Away."
And that's fantastic, yeah.
And I went around the lot at A&M in Hollywood, and Kim Cairns.
Kim Cairns? Yay!
Yeah, she was working at the A&R department. This was before she had a hit with Betty Davis Eyes.
Really?
So she came in and did it. And Tim Weisberg,
Oh my God.
who was a new age jazz flautist,
Right.
he was down there and he'd never sung before.
Oh my
So
God.
he came in and sang on the session too.
Isn't that fantastic?
That was good fun.
It's a great song. That was big. All right, we're going to sing a song together.
Good.
Let's have one more toast to Sutton Place Wine Merchant. And Norm, thank you very much for this beautiful
To
wine.
the Sutton Place Wine Merchant, and also to Taylor James for having me on your show.
Thank you.
Skål.
Oh.
Came into town as a man of renown, a writer of songs about freedom and joy. A hall had been rented, and I was presented as the kind of a singer most folks could enjoy. As I climbed up the stair to the stage that was there, it was obvious something was missing. Could tell by the vibes they wouldn't be bribed. They weren't in the mood to listen. They yelled out, "Play me a rock and roll song. Don't play me songs about freedom and joy. Play me a rock and roll song, or don't play me no song at all." So I got up and played some songs about peace, contentment, some things I have come to believe in. When I was through to this chorus of boo, some track star yelled, "Thank God he's leaving." Now someone play me a rock and roll song. I've had it to hear with your flowers and beads. Play me a rock and roll song, or don't play me no song at all. Well, buddy, if I played you a rock and roll song, how could it be fair if my head isn't there? So I'll leave you with your rock and roll songs and make my way back towards the country. It's still a